Welcome to this Blender topic on folding things. The first thing I would like to do is to play the render on what we're about to do. And this is kind of a make-believe folding of things, since we're not actually folding, we're more or less stacking these separate objects. There are actually one mesh, but in terms of connectedness, the mesh is not connected. So they're just really close, which makes it looks like it's connected. So there you go. And so this is as far as I can see, the quickest way to accomplish this type of motion. So let's start at one of the blend files here. And I start out with a cube, and I end up with this. And see, like that. And that's done by just refining the mesh and using two array modifiers to create this, these six panels. Then I select, in edit mode, select this vertex here, do Shift S, cursor to selected. So now I have a cursor there. Press Tab to go into object mode, Shift A, and armature, single bone. Now it's anchored right there where I actually want it. I can press Tab, and this one here is where I need to have it placed. So I go here. No, these two, that corner there, and then Shift S, cursor to selected. So now the cursor is right in between. It's not, so to speak, touching any other mesh. So the next thing to do is to tab out and select the armature, press Tab for edit, and then Shift S for selection to cursor. The next one will be down here, so I'll select that. Same procedure, just a different corner. Shift S, cursor selected, tab out, and then select that, tab, and E for extrude, and then you have that selected, and it can be anywhere, and all you need to do is just Shift S and selection to cursor. So there you go. And the next one need to be up here, so it's kind of zigzagging, and there has to be a bone that goes from here, extrudes up, and its location here is determined. You'll have to figure out how to do that. It has to be right where the top of the stack of this, that, and that one is. And then you extrude this down here, and this one needs to be down at this one corner here. So you can basically just kind of haphazardly do this, kind of extrude these bones, and then fix them to their locations later. I mean, they're not even touching right now. It doesn't matter. They can be anywhere, because they will still, each of these points need to be connected exactly to these vertices, because if they're not, nothing will look good. It's just going to look like things are just coming together and going through each other and all that. So this is kind of what the outline of the armature is. This is not what it should be exactly, but that's kind of the idea. And let's move on to another file where this is done correctly. And let's look at the mesh in weight paint mode. And we have none of the vertex groups. The armature has been parented, or the mesh has been parented to the armature, and this one here controls that. So you have, they're completely controlling. There's no, no gray areas or anything but 100% control. And this bone here, let's go down to object mode. Like this bone here and that bone there, this bone is only here for this to have a hinging point there, and this bone here is used to control these bones that in their turn connect to this mesh here. And this, in this file, I haven't run the animation. I've only created the poses. I'll select all the bones, and then we can do them pose by pose. This is the starting pose. You can activate that. Fold, what I call fold 1A, is this, just 60 degrees on each of those. And fold 2, and fold 3. So you just have to turn these, to have this, you just turn these bones 60 degrees each for each of these poses. And then you can start, turning this up. And that, like that. So that's the way it needs to work. And as I said, these joints needs to be placed exactly, otherwise things will be out of whack. And we can look at this one here, I think is animated. Yes, it is. To a part. Start out with this. This is flatter. And we can go into, see if this, so you can see if you can actually make these, you can make the first fold, and then you can know exactly where that fold needs to be. So that's one way of doing that. And then we can look at a thicker version of this. Then it's the same exact armature, same exact idea. Just have to come closer. And you can see there how it folds. And all of this information, how to do these things, is in the same Blender topics, the character animation parts, especially the animating a text character, explains how to do poses and how to put them together like this. So the whole idea behind this is really just the placement of the joints here, or the bone joints, like from here to there, so forth and so on. That way and that each bone controls 100% and that they're not connected. That helps you to do this cleanly. If you have things connected, that's a completely different ball game. That's several times more time consuming to do. So I think that this is enough for this one, and I hope whoever needs to get something like that done, that this helps. And I thank you for reviewing. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.